Welcome. You have reached review time with Imperial. Today's review will be 2019 film Ma, starring Octavia Spencer. Let's get into it. So, if you know, Oscar nominee, supporting actress Octavia Spencer, this is not her normal role playing this film. So it intrigued me when I seen the trailers and them promoting this film. Now, if you've seen her role in the comedy Bad Santa, then you know she plays a different. She could play different roles. So me seeing her in this role, I wasn't really surprised because I seen her in that other role. So it was just interesting to see how it was all gonna play out. Pretty much the trailers show the plot of the story. You got teenagers being teenagers, want to party and have fun. They're in a small town with nothing to do. They got hangout spots where they go and drink. And they find a way. They hop around liquor stores trying to find adults or somebody who's willing to get them some booze. And they get their booze and go hang out at the spot. So pretty much the trailer is what you see is you got the lead girl on the film, Maggie. She moves to the town, but her mom originally lived in the town but moved away once she got married and then came back with her daughter after her marriage didn't work out. So they come back to the town, and then the daughter's trying to make friends, and she wants to be down, so she's befriended by Haley, one of the part of the, I guess, quote unquote, the cool kid club. Ben, who likes her right away, he's part of the cool kid club as well. So they invite her to go hang out, and a part of them going hang out, they need to get some booze. So that's the scene you see in the trailer where you see Ma. Her real name is Suzanne. But Suzanne, they see Suzanne, she's walking with a dog. And when she's walking with a dog, they stop and ask her and have Maggie do it. And then, of course, Ma automatically, she already recognizes when she sees the Hawkins' security, she already know that's in some relation to Ben Hawkins, his father, in relation to Ben. So she automatically, that's when at first she blew him off, but when she seen that triggered her to, okay, all right, I'm gonna do it, because she automatically start thinking revenge. So the main plot is basically you want to see what triggered her to do what she's doing. So it doesn't really tell you until towards the end. So they go through their different, everything you've seen pretty much in the trailers, the parties, them hanging out at her house, them seeing odd situations. So in the beginning of the film, when Maggie first start at the school, she's walking down the hall trying to find, I guess, either a locker. She lost. She runs into a kid who's in a wheelchair, and they're struggling to get up a ramp, and she goes and helps the kid. And then it was just like real odd, and then you never see that kid again, and Maggie goes on her life. Fast forward in the film, the whole time Ma's letting all these kids party at her house in the basement. She always tell them don't go upstairs. Now, of course, kids being rebellious, they go upstairs and they hear Ma talking to somebody, and Ma caught them and then screamed at them, and then they left. That's like when they first start seeing. I mean, like they wanted to step away from that, but Ma became so popular that she started befriending the rest of the kids in the neighborhood. So different people started having parties at her at Ma's in the basement. So from there, pretty much, they're still having parties. And so it gets to the point where she's getting them drunk, and she works at a veterinary spot, and she pretty much is taking like the drugs that they use to put animals to sleep. She's taking those drugs and she's using that against the kids. So pretty much when she is putting them kids to sleep or whatever, she's taking their jewelry and stuff like that. And so the kids noticed that Hallie, one of the kids, noticed that she has the jewelry of some other girl. So their mind frame is, hey, I'm missing a ring. She's missing Maggie's missing her earrings, and Julie's bracelet is gone. They want to go and find out if it's inside the house. When they go find what's inside the house while Ma's at work, they got this whole barricade blocked off upstairs when it's locked, and Ma has a daughter. Ma's daughter is the girl in the beginning of the movie that's in the wheelchair. And what it really is Ma don't want her to experience what she experienced in high school. So really she's secretly giving her daughter medication to keep her daughter sick so she can't go to school and stuff like that. So that's troubling right there alone. So you go from there, you find out that, and then the girl name is Jeannie, and she knows, and she doesn't, she tells them they need to get out of here, and they don't, so her mom won't find out. They break out in bail. Meanwhile, when you see the trailer where you see the guy said, what is my son doing at your house or whatever, that's Ben's dad. And back in the day, so the story is pretty much, back in the day, Ma Suzanne was at the school. She wasn't popular, and they befriended her, act like they was cool with her. And what they had her do is she was really liked Ben's dad. She really liked him. And she was gullible. They manipulated her, told her to meet him in a closet at the school at a certain time. And then one of the fast girls in there, she told her, just go down on him or whatever. And she thinking she's going down on Ben's dad, and she's really going down on somebody else. So when she comes out of the room, Ben's dad is actually sitting there like, so how was it? And she's thinking she was in there with Ben, but she's really there with some other guy. And so that was humiliating for her. And she pretty much was scarred. And she looked at the opportunity that she would get them all back. So she did. She ran over, when y'all see the trailer, she ran over one of the girls like it wasn't nothing. She ran her over like it wasn't nothing, and just what you seen, that was all it was to it. It was no cops investigating, nothing. She ran her over, and she kept right on driving like it wasn't nothing. And she started just plucking everybody off. From that scene on, that's when it was on. She started plucking everybody off recklessly. She got rid of the veterinary woman that was always talking slick to her. She got rid of her. She got rid of Ben's dad. He came over fussing. She tranquilized him. She even transfusion Maggie. They got a dog. She took blood from Maggie's dog and then transfused it into Ben's dad. Then slit his wrist. He bled out. So, and then tranquilized him so he couldn't move. He just bled out. Man, she was vicious. She shot a cop. So she went off. And then she got all the kids, and all the kids, they end up ending up back at her spot to celebrate. And then she drugged them all the main kids that she originated from. Sent all the other kids home. And then she sent Maggie. Maggie had got on a punishment. And she sent Maggie a video showing her earrings, showing that she had all the kids, and she could see that they all was drunk. So she gullibly shows up. Don't tell nobody where she going, of course. Shows up, and they all out of it. pretty much, and they pass out, and then Ma locks the trap door, and she chains them all up. That's when you see the trailer of her sewing the girl's mouth shut, and she just was doing all types of stuff. She burned the one dude with the iron, and then what ended up happening when she wanted to, she was weirded out. She took pictures of them and took her oath, yearbook pictures, and put all their pictures together. She took pictures with them, and she was great, kill them all. And then she went to choke Maggie, and when she went up the steps, her daughter came and clunked her in the head. Knocked her out. She fell down the steps, and the daughter came, helped Maggie get down from being choked, and they released everybody. Then Ma came, the basement caught on fire, and Maggie stabbed Ma, or Suzanne, whatever you want to call her, and she ended up going up the steps and laying back down with Ben's dad, and the house just burned down. Everybody was outside, and that's basically the end of the movie. So, in a nutshell, it was a good movie. It was a decent film. You will stay intrigued if you watch it. Can it be a part 2? Yeah, it could be, because what it does, I guess this is one of those situations where you look, it's no post-credit scene, by the way, but it's one of those situations where you see how well they do in the theater. If it's popular enough, you bring it back. Now, it falls on the same weekend as Godzilla, so it's kind of like hard to see how well it's going to do. But if it fell on one of those dud weekends, it very well could be like the #1 movie if it fell on a dud weekend. But it's falling on the weekend of Godzilla, so we don't have a shot. But it's a decent film. And the reason why I say it could be a part 2 is because even though it says she goes back upstairs and she lays down with Ben's father, and next scene, all you see is the house being burned up. See, those things, I watched Michael Myers, Halloween 2018. I watched him get burned up down in the basement, locked in supposedly. The whole house catch on fire too. And guess what? It's going to be another Halloween. So how they going to freak that if he was supposed to be burnt up down there? So if you don't see him die, then it's always an opportunity that she really, when they flush out the house and they go retrieve the bodies, they say something like, oh, well, we have no body of hers. Or whatever. Where what we thought we were seeing, it really wasn't what we were seeing pretty much. So, I guess it's going, they say it's really supposed to be a one-off, but you never know. I guess it depends on how well it does. But the concept was decent, it was a good film. Out of my 4-star rating system, what do I give this? 2.5 out of 4 stars. 2.5 out of 4 stars, decent film. You can watch, it's watchable. I wasn't disappointed that I went to see it in the theater. Is it a must-see? Depends what you into, but it was definitely a decent film. If you watch it, you'll be like, okay, it was a good film, because I've seen worse. 2.5, I wouldn't be mad at somebody if they gave it a 3 out of 4 stars, but I'm going to go with the 2.5. I wouldn't be mad if somebody gave it a 3 out of 4 stars either. And subscribe and like, but more than less like the video so that it can get in the algorithm. I'm trying to build a channel. Till next time.